Hello, Internet, and welcome to Nerd Break, the podcast where we take a break from life and nerd out about our favorite things. I am your host, Joseph, and joining me this week are two of my best friends in the whole wide world, Moxie
Hey, peace out, y'all.
and Zombs.
Konnichiwa.
Zombs, you're making me think that you're just come from Japan. Again.
You know what?
What?
I wish I did.
Yeah,
You
honestly.
know, when you go, Zombs, I actually have a list of things for you to get. I
Oh, I
promise to
don't
give you
doubt it
money.
with you. I'm sure you've got a notebook, actually.
Oh, yes, I do. I do.
Do I need a notebook?
You might.
You might need to, because I have a few things too.
See, there you go.
And no, it's not probably what you think it is. No,
So, how is everyone doing this week?
I'm actually very good. I'm very tired. I'm drinking mead right now, so that's very good. Um, it's a winter blend. It's very festive. I'm trying to be festive, even though I don't really celebrate Christmas much. But doing good. How about you, Zoms?
I'm doing great, Moxie.
Yeah.
See, he's changing it up just for you.
You know what? I do appreciate that.
I now have note cards.
You now have note cards.
What kind of note card, Zombs?
Note cards that I read off of in order to appear more human.
Hey, can you hold one of them up? I'd love to see that.
They're on my computer.
Yeah, figured. Hey, but hey,
Teleprompter.
step up.
He needs a
I am
teleprompter.
Yes. Although I am proud of the zombie for actually taking an effort towards being more alive, even though we're all dead inside because it's year 2020.
Zoms, I just had a thought. You need a waifu to hold up those cards for you.
Hey, you got a Miko Hatsune doll? Just have a figurine there and just hold up the card.
I will have to get a waifu to hold up my cards that I can read from. Good
Oh,
idea.
oh
Um,
God.
So, for any listeners, if you would like to send in an application for me to review, if you want to be my waifu to hold up cards for me to read from, send in that information to the podcast. Brosif, what is that email?
Nerdbreakpodcast@gmail.com. We're evidently plugging early this week.
Apparently, but you know what? It's always good plugging early.
I've been doing it all week.
I'm sure you have.
So, who would like to get started with what we've been doing this week? Zoms, I sense that you want to become one with the what you've been doing this week.
Okay, let's see. I've been working, I've been reading, I've been playing guitar, I've been making puzzles. I got a hold of a Rubik's Cube. That was a lot of fun.
I have the
Uh,
worst luck with those.
yeah, watching a lot of anime.
Finally,
Um,
something interesting.
Mm. Hey, puzzles are interesting, but what anime? I'm just curious.
oh, I've been watching so much. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
I
Uh,
actually have watched that. It's actually not bad.
it's really good. I like it.
It's funny.
One Piece. It's getting crazy. Word is that in the 1,000th chapter coming up,
Mm.
a lot of there's going to be a lot of crossovers supposedly.
Hmm. Well, report on that.
I've been playing a lot of video games as well, such as like Dead by Daylight, uh, practicing my Smash skills so that I can remain above corrosive.
That's an
Um,
unfair assessment, Zoms.
You know what?
Also, a game that had come out recently that I've been playing a lot of was, well, it's not out yet, but they just closed their alpha testing, is Back for Blood.
Mm.
So that's if you've played Left 4 Dead, it's by the same people, and it was amazing.
I'm sure you enjoyed that.
Rosa, would you like to know what that game is?
Sure, Zombs, tell me. I'm curious.
It's about survival. It's a zombie apocalypse. If you've played Left 4 Dead, you play one of four survivors, and you have to leave the safe room, the safety of the safe room, to go to the next safe room. You have to go through the city, wherever you may be, and there's hordes of zombies while you pick up weapons, and there's also special infected zombies, and it's a lot of fun.
What's that available on Zombs?
Currently, it's only for PC players, but I believe that when it is released, it will be released on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and we can only hope for the Switch as well.
So it's currently like an early access on Switch then? Or Steam?
I don't know, but it's a lot of fun. You had to apply to get into it. I just got an email one day and said, "Hey, play Back for Blood," and I'm like, "What is this?" So my curiosity got the better of me, and I'm glad it did because I've been playing it nonstop. But
That's how they get you.
but the testing is closed now.
Hey.
Well, I'll be interested to see what happens when that comes out. Zombs, you will have to keep us up to date.
I will,
Yeah.
and that's what I've been doing. Moxie, what have you been doing this week?
I've actually done quite a bit this week. I know that's a shock because lately I haven't been doing much of anything, but this week I had Pathfinder again, and my poor Scald actually bit the dust, my poor half orc. But the team actually brought her back, and I got the warm fuzzies because I realized, hey, my team actually likes me, or likes the character and finds my character useful. One or the other. Doesn't matter. I'm still alive. That was exceptionally fun Tuesday. I'm also preparing for something that could be kind of included into the music news, but I'm going to do it now because there's not much music news to bring out. Streaming on New Year's Eve at 6 o'clock New York time is the Abney Park concert. And this is actually a band that my roommates got me into. They do these little tickets through the Indiegogo campaign. You can actually get tickets right now. I believe the cheapest ticket is literally $15. You watch the concert at the comfort of your own home. They are a mixture of steampunk, jungle-esque, pirate, weirdness. They are every genre. I mean, they do a lot of covers, but mostly steampunk. It's the only band I've known to do like a rock song with a didgeridoo. So there is that. Um, exceptional. Again, go to Indiegogo if you guys are really just wanting a concert and actually stuck in quarantine as we are in plague. If you want to have a concert, Indiegogo, Abney Park, like London, Abney Park. Robert Brown or Captain Robert Brown is the lead singer. I actually got a signed CD from him for his newest, or the band's newest album, Esoterica, and it is signed, and I am very happy, and I'm jamming to it.
Oh, great.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
remind me to link you sometime, Joseph, because it's actually a really good album. I think you would like it.
Quite possibly. I have listened to the few things that you have linked to me
Hmm.
from them, and
Yeah. Their concerts are wild too, because they even do a VIP party after everything if you choose to get the higher ticket, where they just continuously drink until they can no longer remember the lyrics of their own songs, which is great fun.
I want to be a part of that band.
I know, right? Actually, you would fit in quite well. It's nothing but steampunk, and it actually
but
fits you.
Moxie,
Mm.
Zombs is undead. They're all very much alive. He wouldn't fit in at all.
Oh, trust me, there's a couple songs about. Yeah, trust me, he would fit right in. He would fit right in. He'd be a perfect member.
You say so.
Steampunk zombie. Absolutely.
I could do it.
See? Don't doubt the man.
Oh,
Zombie. Don't doubt the zombie.
I'm not doubting Zomb's ability to fit in anywhere.
He's
I'm
like a
just
zombie chameleon. Blends in.
that's
I
scary.
have a
It is.
I have a funny story.
Mm.
So I was asked to house sit. So that's currently where I am. And
I wondered about the new venue.
yeah, there's the Back to the Future poster right
One
behind
of
me.
my favorite trilogies ever.
There's
Little
also
known
a
fact.
Ghostbusters poster. And there's also a mini DeLorean here.
Whoever is the owner of that household has good taste because once again, that is my favorite trilogy of all time. The oh, I don't remember its name. I know you guys can't see it, but Zombs is holding up the green monster, the ghost from Ghostbusters. I actually am not a fan of that movie. I do not know what that name of that ghost is. I do know it's a ghost and it's green.
Um, and apparently there's this cat. He doesn't know whose cat it is, but it just shows up and it won't leave me alone. It
Wait a
keeps
minute. He has no idea who owns the cat, and the cat's inside the house.
it's touching me.
Hmm. That sounds like a you problem, and real glad I ain't there, buddy.
I already gave it food.
That is how you keep them around is when you start giving felines food. Trust me, I have two of them, and I'm stuck with them.
I'm confused where the funny story is, though, in all of this, Zombs.
I thought it was hilarious, the whole thing.
Oh, well, I guess it's just me then.
Mm.
I'm in a new place. I also found out that if I mix energy drinks with specific alcohols, not only is it a flavorful explosion, but I'm probably guaranteed to have a good time.
Oh, oh, oh. You know what? I really viewers, I mean listeners listening in, I really don't condone doing that. Don't do that. But Zoms, rest in peace. Oh wait, you're already dead. Never mind. You're reflecting how the year is. You're already dead. Dead inside.
Well, I guess I'll go over a little bit of what I've been doing.
Oh
Please
yeah, I
do.
forgot. You're here.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, yes.
I am here. The host is still here, people.
Are you sure?
Last I checked, I was pretty sure.
I mean, that's all relative.
I suppose it is. But anyway, I've been doing quite a few different things. I got a lot of different video games in. Um, First, though, I've been playing more Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Still have not beat it yet.
Mhm.
Um, Nothing I've encountered, though, has changed my opinion from the review that I posted on the channel.
Okay.
So, anybody that is listening to this, please go look at that and let me know what you think. Otherwise, I've been playing a little Animal Crossing here and there. And also, I got in this humongous stack of video games over the week. I got in Fitness Boxing 2, which I'm planning to do a review on in the future. I got in Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, which has been pretty fun. I got in physical versions of Blaster Master Zero and Blaster Master Zero 2, as well as Shantae and the Seven Sirens. None of
Oh,
which
that's interesting.
I've been able to dedicate much time to, but I had the digital versions of the two Blaster Master games, and those are both fairly fun. Hopefully, I will be playing those more in the future.
Are you going to be doing a review on them?
Possibly as a filler review for next month in
Mm.
February, depending. I'm hoping really to do a review on one other thing, which is the Mandalorian cereal that I bought.
Yeah, you sent me that picture of that. I think that's hilarious.
Yes, I haven't opened it specifically so I can open it on camera and let everybody know what I think. That should be hopefully done next week sometime.
Mm-hmm.
If not, by the end of this week. We'll see.
Yeah, let us know.
You didn't send me a picture.
Yes, I did, Zoms. You just
I'm
didn't
special.
look
You
at it.
aren't.
Mm,
Clearly.
that would explain it.
Mm-hmm.
That is not true. I sent the picture to both of you, and
Mm-hmm.
Zoms, you remarked on it.
Mm-hmm. No, he sent it to me because I'm the best metalhead that he knows. See, Zombs is nodding. You can't deny this.
Well, I will deny Zom's faulty memory.
Okay, so he's a zombie. I get
Yes, he doesn't have brains, that's why he has to go eat them.
it.
I find that offensive.
Well, I can't help you there, Zoms.
Do you see this
can't.
face? This is my offended face.
It looks like the everything face. It's like the
That's what I
everything
was going to
bagel.
say.
Its emotions are still coming back to me.
I'm sure.
Well,
I've seen very tragic things happen in the world, and I've retained the face.
The face. The infamous face.
It's very good if you work in retail or
Oh, yeah.
playing poker or
Trust me, I can attest to the retail one. Wasted 13 years.
let's go ahead on that note and jump into our news topics for the week. There's actually not a lot here, but on the note of wasting things, people can officially waste money as Ubisoft decided to put in microtransactions into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah,
no.
I saw
Yeah, and
that.
all they are is XP boosts.
Which I've got a love-hate relationship with a lot of microtransactions, and you guys know this. Um, I I don't I don't really like microtransactions. I try to avoid them if I can because I think they're scummy. They're very scummy.
See, I have a love-hate relationship with them too, but not in the same way. I just avoid them altogether.
Yeah, there's been a couple times.
Microtransaction what?
Microtransaction what? Yeah, no, I try to avoid them as much as I can. If I think there's only been a few case scenarios where I've had to do them, and I think that was few and far between. Otherwise, I'm just like, nope, done, not doing it.
I don't like to do that.
I figured. I don't really think anyone truly likes microtransactions, and they're worse on people who have the gambling addiction because they can't help that,
I
and it's
was
how their
gonna
brain is
say,
wired.
if I just wanted to pay to play, I would just go to Vegas.
And even that's just I've been to casinos. I don't like casinos, and I don't like microtransactions. I can see the damage it does.
You know what's something though that everybody can like?
Kittens,
You're
booze.
close. Now
Okay,
you're getting farther away.
I'm just saying.
No, you can like Super Nintendo World.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with that. I guess.
Yes, well, there's more to it as Nintendo released a Nintendo Direct completely dedicated to Nintendo's Super Nintendo World.
Tell me more.
Well, this was really interesting because Miyamoto actually walked around part of the theme park
hmm
and he even called Mario and Luigi. Well, he said that he was their dad. He told them that dad had to go back to work.
Okay, so that's where the memes have come from. Got it.
Mm. Also, I completely agree that he is their father.
I mean, he kind of is. He's kind of the creator.
Hmm.
Or he's at least one of the geniuses behind the concept. But hey, that makes him their daddy.
So, among the things, those that in Moxie that were introduced here in the Super Nintendo World Direct is
hmm
that you're going to get a band, almost not exactly like a smartwatch, but something to interact with the environment around the theme park, where you actually can go around and you can punch different blocks or interact with different things. One of the things he showed off is that you can punch a question block to get a coin, and then you can another thing he showed off is you can activate POW blocks to set off in a chain to cause a Koopa shell that's going back and forth be in a warp pipe to, if you time it right, go up the third direction, which is just straight up the warp pipe,
hmm
to hit another POW block to collect a key coin.
Okay, that's kind of cute.
Yeah, and there's evidently a bunch of different challenges like that around the theme park, and it interacts with a app on your phone, so you can go
Hmm.
around collecting coins. It really was interesting. They also showed off a little bit of the restaurant that they have in there. And
What kind
Toad,
of
it,
food?
um, well, it was all. They didn't show off the entire menu, but from what I remember, it looked like stuff anybody would eat, to be honest. I mean, one of the things they had, I'm pretty sure, was like a hamburger.
Oh yeah.
So nothing's themed,
Oh yeah,
What?
it's all
I
themed.
was
It's
gonna
all
say it
Super
has to be
Mario
themed.
themed.
It has to be themed.
like a burger that looks like a Koopa shell or something.
Maybe.
I don't remember specifically, but they did mention something about it being made with mushrooms.
Oh, shiitake burger. Yeah, those are good.
But there was also a point where he was walking around with a superstar that was strapped around his neck, but it had popcorn in it, so he was eating popcorn while walking around.
That's hilarious. Kind of want
It
one.
was and they actually made a special toy Nintendo did that you can only buy there at Super Nintendo World.
Interesting.
We also got to see a cave and Bowser's Castle, actually, which is where the Mario Kart ride is at. But they didn't show off the Mario Kart ride. They showed off a little bit of the cave. It was really all interesting, and if you haven't seen it yet, I really recommend that you do it. It's like
Yeah,
15-ish minutes long, so it's not super long.
it's enough time, but it's enough time to see.
And those bands that I was telling you about, evidently you get them, I guess they're kind of like your ticket also or something, and you get to keep them when you leave.
It's cool. I wonder if then if they have some kind of purpose outside, like you can continue with the app or something.
Um, Possibly because they are tied to the app, so it interacts with the app, and there was a QR code on the backside of the band that you could scan with the app. I
Hmm.
honestly, I'd have to rewatch the whole direct in order to remember everything.
Yeah.
Next up, though, is that a bunch of Final Fantasy characters are joining Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, at least
One
in
winged
the fighter
angel.
costume form.
I kind of thought that would happen. Really did. Didn't surprise me. Like, didn't
Yes.
surprise me the least bit. I saw that. I think actually I was on Tumblr and I saw that. And I was like, oh yeah, no, you know what? That's totally expected.
I'm gonna make it my mission to beat Brosiv with every Smash character.
You have to be Sephiroth. Or Sephiroth. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. Boy, shows my age. Starting to forget things.
Well, I have Sephiroth.
I will beat you with him.
Oh jeez. Are
You
we
can't
gonna have
unless you buy the fighter's pass, Zombs.
Oh, tell me we're gonna have a battle with you two each playing that character and it's gonna be like a drag out.
Well, Zombs has to spend $30 first. Or is it
Uh,
26?
I'm sure. I'm sure he will find a way.
If I save up enough points from Brosiv for Christmas and birthdays and Halloweens and
I should give you some
Easters and
too.
Friend Day and all that
Friend
stuff, then
Day.
I'll
Hey,
have enough to buy it.
you celebrate Friend Day? When's that? Because I had no idea. Didn't know you were two were doing that behind my back.
I didn't know you were doing this
Scandalous.
either.
Scandalous, I swear.
Well, while Zombs looks that up, one of the big highlights of this is the characters that are joining Smash are Barrett, Tifa, and Aerith, all from Final Fantasy VII, and Gino from Super Mario RPG. And of course, this is alongside Sephiroth that joined Super Smash Bros. As a fully playable character. Which, Moxie, what did you think of that?
I mean, I've always been a fan of just the Super Smash Brothers. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to actually play the new one, but I'm always amused by whenever they add the characters because one day I will get Super Smash Brothers. I think it's a little weird the characters they're adding, but who am I to say it adds some kind of a fresh edge to it? And I'm all about keeping things fresh. It's just really odd Final Fantasy characters. I don't know. The Mario characters I can kind of understand. Sephiroth, Aerith, Tifa. Um, I don't know. I think that's a little odd.
Well, Sephiroth, remember, does follow on from Cloud having joined in the previous Smash Bros.
Yeah, but
So
it's
this
still
is
like
interesting.
Cloud was almost like to me. Okay, with Cloud joining, it was a little bit like Snake joining, like that whole haha kind of Easter eggish kind of not really expected character. I was okay with that, and now we have more Final Fantasy characters. I'm just kind of like, I guess this is the norm now. I don't know. It's not a complaint. Do not take it as a complaint. I just think it's a little odd, a very odd flavor to add to the mix. Zombie, what do you think? As
Tommy's
he's
drinking from his head.
from an amazing Viking skull cup, might I add. Once again, listeners, I know you can't see that, but we sure can.
I wonder if maybe one day when we do the podcast, we can have people watch us.
I'm actually working on getting a webcam. Don't worry.
What was the question?
Never mind, Zoms.
Psalms, we love you. You're
Hey,
exhausted.
you know what? I hope that Nintendo World has Wi-Fi because it just hit me that if I go over there, then I won't be able to use my cellular device.
Um,
I
this is
mean,
possibly true,
hmm
but
actually, I didn't consider that. Yeah.
well, I have a theory on that, Zoms, and I'll talk to you about it after the podcast, buddy.
Okay.
Moving on to our next piece of news, Sony did the unthinkable. They actually removed Cyberpunk 2077 from the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, no, fair. Like, you guys know how excited I was for Cyberpunk, but I'm not gonna sit here and go, it's absolutely flawless. No, that was a entire, excuse my language, show.
Yeah, me and Zoms had that discussion in the last podcast, and it's unfortunately, I don't think it's right for them to have removed it, honestly.
I right now, I'm actually on the opposite side of the fence. I think it is justly deserved, mostly due to the fact of a couple things like the epileptic scenes and stuff that wasn't properly warned ahead of time, things like that. The fact that 8 megabytes, you can only have a file that's 8 megabytes before it starts corrupting the save file, that kind of thing. um Different things like that. I really think that it needs to go back to the drawing board for a little bit while longer, incubate, fix this problem, and then get re-released. I do understand they are pushing out patches as we speak, and I also understand that on some consoles is absolutely fine. I actually have somebody who is playing it in my Pathfinder group on a PS4 Pro. Crashes quote unquote a little bit, but seems absolutely fine nonetheless. From him, not me. So again, I actually think it's justly deserved.
Well, to play devil's advocate here, there are games that look
You are kind of
atrocious.
devil-like.
I mean,
Thanks.
yeah, he's got horns.
Eh, mm,
Probably listens to Ghost too, don't
No,
you? Mm.
no, I don't. But a full removal of the game off the PlayStation Store when there are other games that are possibly worse on the store. I mean, not necessarily with crashes and whatnot or bugs, but just worse in general, gameplay wise. This doesn't seem like it's a good move, honestly, to just flat out completely remove it.
Mm.
I I get that the game is a mess, and I even said that they should not have put it out this soon last
Hmm.
week. But now that it's out, to then turn around and remove it just seems wrong to me.
And yeah, and here's the thing, like, I may have my viewpoint, and I know your viewpoint, and I can actually understand where you're coming from. I can. Um, while I still think like my way of viewpoint, I can totally see what you mean by that. So
Yeah, at the very least, it's not getting hasn't been removed so far from the Xbox store front.
that is probably
So
to come. I'm gonna bet you by the next podcast there's going to be something where it's been removed from the Xbox store. Microsoft
We
for
shall
one.
see.
Zombs, what do you think?
I was really excited, and I still kind of am. I think we just need to have a little bit of patience.
I still think it's going to be one of the greatest games of the year, but I just think it needs a little TLC. That's all.
Did you see that the meme where the one person is getting hanged and he's crying? And then it says that that's CD Project Red, and then a person looks over at him and he also has the noose around his neck and he's smiling and he goes, "First time," and it's Bethesda.
Oh, oh, oh. Um, link me that.
That's a blow.
Link me that after the podcast, please, because you know me and my memes. I need that. I need to see
I
that with
will.
my own two eyes.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I
Well,
need to see that.
that might actually come to reality as the next piece of news is that CD Projekt Red may actually be facing a lawsuit.
Oh yeah. I actually Bro said please tell us more, but I actually did see this on the news feed. Maybe
I
you
would
have more
like to hear
information.
it.
Mm.
Well, in Warsaw, Poland, they are considering a class action lawsuit against CD Projekt Red on a couple of different grounds. The first of which is that they potentially committed a crime in misrepresentation of the game itself in order to have a financial gain.
Mhm.
Because as has come to light, they did not show off the console versions of the game before it released, and they didn't show off certain portions of the game in general before it was released.
Yep. And they also didn't stress test, which
Yeah.
came out as well. They did not stress test. Which you need to do that in order if you're going to release a game. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and there's also another potential side to the lawsuit, which is a potential securities class action lawsuit, because investors evidently have experienced losses because of this situation that's going on.
I mean, it doesn't
It's
surprise me that there's a lawsuit actually being brought up. There's a lot of
mm,
stuff that happened with that. And once again, I mean, I'm with Johnny. I'm still excited to see the end project or product. I'm sorry, product. But it's kind of obvious there's a lot wrong right now, and they really should have just delayed it. I hate to say further, done one delay instead of, oh, delay, here's the new release date, delayed, here's a new release date, delayed. And just delay it for a long time. If you have to, the fans would understand. If you were up front and vocal with what was wrong with it.
See, my argument last week was that they could have delayed it to next month when they had all these patches to fix
Yeah,
some of these problems ready. They could have done that at the very least.
yeah. I think honestly, they should have delayed it till 2021. I know I'm going to get flamed by someone, but I still believe they should have delayed it until 2021.
You know when they really should have delayed it to?
What?
2077.
You know what? Bada bing. That was good.
But I can't wait that long.
I, you know what? I, knowing how long 2020 has been, it's already been 5 years, just to let you know.
But we're at the end of it.
Are we? Because
Yeah.
I don't think we are. We're still in March. I don't know what the calendar says on your end. We're still in March.
Did you see that one meme? Or I've even seen TikTok videos
If it's a
where
meme, I've seen it. Trust me.
the it's like New Year's, and then they're getting ready to celebrate. They're like, "We're finally coming out of the year," and then it gets to like it's about to be New Year's. The countdown's coming. It's like 23 hours and 57 minutes, and it gets to 23 hours 59 minutes, and then the countdown is going, and then all of a sudden it goes to 24 hours, and then the countdown is still going, and people are like, "Wait, what's going on?"
No, that's actually probably going to be how it's going to be. I bet you anything.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
This is a year that never ends. It goes on and on, and God, just end it.
Well, moving on, in our next piece of news, the voice actress of Zelda from Breath of the Wild and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity has decided to speak out a little bit about all the negativity surrounding her voice for Zelda in those games. As anyone that's followed the games knows, there was a lot of negative feedback around Zelda's voice when Breath of the Wild came out. And unfortunately, I got a little caught up in it myself, as I almost included my own personal feedback in our review of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, but then I redacted that at the last minute. Um, but it's been very hard on the voice actress, as she says she's had to develop a very tough skin over all of this, more so than possibly the other jobs that she has taken on, because people have been so vocal in their negativity
Hmm.
online over all this.
People
Now,
take things way too freaking seriously. Just saying.
well, to put my perspective on this real quick, in Breath of the Wild, I actually enjoyed Zelda's voice. I didn't really understand where all the negativity was coming from until I played Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and then I found that Zelda's voice was a little odd. I don't want to say grating because I don't think that's the right way of putting it,
Hmm.
but I think part of that for me is that her voice wasn't used that much in Breath of the Wild,
Yeah.
and in Hyrule Warriors, Zelda speaks a lot more. And it's not that I completely dislike her voice. I just can kind of understand where people are coming from where they don't like her voice so much. But I I digress. I don't want to say outright that I flat out don't like her voice because that's not true. I just I'm kind of mixed on the whole situation because I
Mm,
don't think that she did a bad job. I just don't know if she was the right person to voice Zelda,
yeah.
You
if that
know,
makes sense.
it
No, it
wasn't
makes
even
sense.
her fault. I don't know why people would get mad at her. She was the one asked to do it, and she probably felt a great honor and joy to do it.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Honestly, for what it is, she is the first person to give a full voice to Zelda, and that is amazing in and of itself.
Hmm.
And she should always be remembered as such. And again, I don't think that she did a bad job. I think she did a really good job with her voice acting.
Yeah.
For Breath of the Wild, I think it is a really great game. Everybody should play it. Everybody should enjoy it for what it is. Come on.
Yeah. I've only played Breath of the Wild. Okay. And I've only heard the few lines that she has so far in my particular copy. But as far as it goes, she was perfectly fine. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I know people get very upset for no reason these days. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was a super stellar, but it was finally, like you said, a voice to a character that we've never heard a voice for, really. Like full-fledged dialogue. We've never really heard that. So to me, it was fine. Now, also, people need to remember that beyond just the voice actor or actress, there's also stage direction. There's always stage direction. How the people behind the scenes want somebody to sound, want somebody to act in this situation. There's more than just the voice actor involved. And, people people typically, I don't want to say like to, that's me making assumptions. People typically forget that.
Right. That is very true. That's a good point. Hopefully, moving forward, especially with Breath of the Wild 2,
Hmm.
I'm more than for sure that she's going to be the voice actress there.
I hope
I
she
don't
is.
think that there'll be any changes that she can personally make, but if there are, I hope that she can maybe make them to continue to improve.
Yeah.
I had heard a lot of people talking about after hearing Zelda's voice and stuff, and they were like talking about Link's voice. And can you imagine what that would sound like? Or will they just keep him silent?
They
You
will
know,
probably keep him silent.
honestly, yeah, they are. They're going to keep him silent for a long time. But like in my review for Hyrule Warriors, I don't know that that's a good thing.
You know
I
what?
just,
I actually have two candidates in mind who could do Link's voice,
Oh,
and
who?
it would only be positive.
Okay, who?
They could even try to mess it up, and it will still be positive.
who, Zombs? Who?
Is the anticipation there? Are you on the edge of your
I can
seats?
sense the anticipation. I'm sorry, I had to do Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay.
Had to date myself
Anyway,
with that.
the first one out of two is
Okay.
I was going to say, how about we bring him back, Keanu Reeves?
Um,
He has long hair.
you know,
Oh,
Link would open his mouth and I'd instantly think John Wick or like the most excellent Adventures of Bill and Ted. I would think that. That's not the kind of direction you want me to go into, please. You don't want me to go that way.
or my second
Excellent.
one, the second one, Johnny Depp.
Mm,
No, no,
again, I would go
no.
in a different direction with that, and I'm not really sure if that's the vibe I want. Although, I mean, for some reason, I knew you were going to say Johnny Depp. I just thought you were going to say that first, not second.
I'd be okay if they did it.
At this point in time, I am officially making the decision that Link stays silent for the rest of eternity.
And I'm making the decision that you should shut the hell up.
Oh, we got a fight going on. The girls are fighting. Cat fight.
Well, I'm moving us right on to our next piece of news.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very intimidating.
This next piece of news has already been debunked as a LinkedIn profile had driven speculation that Halo Infinite might have been canceled for the Xbox One,
Highly
as
doubt it.
the profile only had the Xbox Series X, S, and PC version of the game listed, but that since has been changed and include the Xbox One version. So all is good in the world. Zombs, you don't have to worry. Halo Infinite is coming to everything still next year, some point in time. Maybe.
Good, because I want to play.
I'm sure you do.
You know what the next rumor is, though?
Mm.
Since it's Halo Infinite, it's going to be delayed infinitely.
Hey, nice one.
You know who should be an actor who can voice one of the characters
Oh
in the
no,
next
here we go
Halo?
again. Here we go again.
Keanu
Who?
Reeves.
Yes. Wow, I
Uh,
just thought you said that, and then I was gonna make a Halo joke, and I'm just like, yes, Keanu Reeves can be Doom guy, and I'm like, wrong franchise, wrong franchise.
Uh,
I swear I'm with it tonight, guys. I just very tired, and I'm thinking about Doom. Apparently, Doom Eternal.
Well, jumping back into Halo for our next piece of news is that the famous Fortnite streamer Ninja
Hmm.
received a replica of Halo's gravity hammer.
Yeah, I saw that.
But Moxie, you can get one yourself.
I know, but then I
You
would
can win it.
probably abuse the power once I got that hammer. I'm not really big into Fortnite, but to have a replica of a ridiculous weapon would be absolutely hilarious, and I could probably do some hijinks with it in my Plague Doctor outfit.
Oh no, no. See, the weapon isn't from Fortnite. It's from
What?
Halo.
Oh, from Halo. Ooh, see, I got.
but they're
Oh, it's
putting
the
it
Halo.
in Fortnite, right?
Oh, the
Yes.
Halo.
In Fortnite, Master Chief uses the gravity hammer as a pickaxe.
Interesting.
Like a pickaxe.
As the harvesting tool.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm still burned out from Halo. I hate to say it. I love my nephew, but I'm so I'm so burned out right now from Halo. It's been years. I'm still burned out.
Zombs, don't you want one of these?
If it's anything to do with Halo, then yes.
I'm sure you would want it. I'm sure you could do something with it.
Can I have two so I can take mine and then I'll take the extras over to my friend's house, Keanu Reeves?
Go
Okay,
ask a
everyone
ninja about that.
everyone listening, we are now up to 3 Keanu Reeves mentionings. Keep the counter going.
If we hit 10 before the end of the podcast, he's getting added as a tag.
Probably not the best idea, but it's up to you, man.
Well, in the next piece of news, it actually starts with a K.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
Keanu Reeves.
This is like some subliminal message, and I'm not sure what to make of it.
Well, look at it this way. You too can own a KF console.
Oh,
For
I
a
saw
moment,
that.
I thought he was going to say, you can own a Keanu Reeves. And I was like, where are you going with this?
I don't want to go with this.
Well, I'm going with this. The fact that KFC is putting out a console is weird.
You know what? No. Honestly, I've seen weirder stuff. No, this
You
actually,
have.
yes.
This is a literal PC with a warming tray for chicken in it.
Yes. No, trust me. Go search around YouTube for a bit. You'll find some
This
weird
is actually
shit.
legit, though.
Oh,
This is
I'm
coming
sure.
out.
I'm
This
sure.
is getting a release. This is nuts.
I know. But you know what? Once again, it does not surprise me after the kind of few years we've had with marketing and merchandise. No, that does not surprise me at all. I know it surprises you, Broseph, but doesn't surprise me one bit. I think it's just I,
I
it
it
is what it is.
it looks neat, but there again, it's just too bizarre.
You know what? No, it's for the kind of years, the few years we've had, once again, with merchandising and tie-ins, something like that is completely normal to me.
Please, Zombs, help me out here.
No, Zoms, do not help him. He needs to understand. Something like this is really not out of the question. And you know it too, deep down in your rotted heart. Your corpse heart.
Yeah.
See? See? Uh-huh.
I'm alone on the island,
Yes,
evidently.
you are. And you're gonna stay alone, apparently, because we're on the right side of this. Does not surprise us at all.
It's okay. I might wash up on the island one day.
That is depressing, actually,
Thank you for the support, at least, Zombs.
because you're not getting support from me. Yeah.
I meant like if I was at sea and I fell over and I washed
Wow.
up on your island and then you
Wow.
kept trying to wake me up and eventually I do wake up.
I mean, we got a sitcom right here. Uh,
And then I'll talk like a pirate.
zombie
That
pirate.
actually would be worth it.
Actually would be worth it. It'd be like that one Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And that's not a tie-in for Johnny Depp. No, I'm just saying.
Well, wait. No, never mind.
You know
Don't
they should
don't
put in
even
the
begin.
next Pirates of the Caribbean movie is Keanu Reeves.
Look what you did. You could have ended it. You could have stopped the madness, and now we got this.
Well,
Congratulations.
I'm gonna stop this by continuing with news. And the last piece of news is that the next Star Wars movie, I believe, is Rogue Squadron, and it's
Okay.
evidently going to be pushing the story beyond Episode 9.
Which will be interesting to see. Of course,
Yes.
I'm gonna admit when I saw the rogue part, because I saw this too on my feed, I got really excited because I thought it was some kind of weird continuation of Rogue One. And then I was like, oh no, never mind. Because that's my favorite Star Wars movies, Rogue One.
It is pretty good.
It
And
is. It's depressing too. It's got an awful ending.
yeah, I was kind of
Soul
upset,
crushing.
but I mean, I thought Felicity Jones was gorgeous. But are you referring to the trailer where the lady's roller skating on the at the runway at the airport?
What are you talking about?
It was a
Am I
trailer
done
where
with?
where she's some lady, she's like rollerblading, and she's talking about how she grew up, and then she takes off her rollerblades, and then she puts on a helmet, and you realize that she's wearing like the helmet is the rebel helmet,
Have I
and
drunk too
then
much mead? This is not making sense. I'm so confused.
she goes walking off towards an X-wing that's sitting at the airport, and I was like, "Whoa, that's
I am
pretty
very
cool."
confused. Is he messing
Look,
around with us or
look it up. It's a real trailer.
yeah, I doubt it.
I don't
Bet a
know.
bottle of mead on it.
Okay, he's messing
Spiced
with us.
orange and cranberry mead. Thank you very much. It's delicious.
I'll link it to you. I'll link you that trailer.
Yeah, do it because I need to see that. If it's even real, which I'm sure it isn't.
It's real. And I just got more mead.
Broseph, where's your mead?
Oh boy. You know, the most confusing part about this is the title to the movie. The
Rogue
fact that they're calling it Rogue
Squadron.
Squadron, you know,
Mm,
because Rogue Squadron is video games. It's the Star Wars video games that were very popular back in the day.
yeah, but
So
there's been so many movie adaptations of video games. Does again for this case also does not surprise me. Although they had the amazing game of Squadron come out, and I've been watching my roommates play it, and it's absolutely amazing. So tie-in, of course, it would make a movie. It's a cash grab tie-in, but I can understand where it's coming from, and it's totally smart. Again, not a complaint. It's smart.
well, guess what Zombs just brought into the chat?
What?
There's your trailer.
Oh, let's see if this is actually. Okay. I'm gonna skip a few seconds in.
You do that and let me know if it's real because I don't want to click on it yet.
Oh my god, are you serious? That was actually because I only got the snippet of my friends sending me that there's a Rogue Squadron game, and that's actually rollerblading on the tarmac.
It's
Okay,
real.
you know what? Hey, it's real. And guess what? Cool. Okay, Zombs, I owe you apology for that. Go ahead and drink from your skull mug because here we go. Victor drink. I thought you were making up bull.
You owe me mead.
I do. I do. And I'll next time I visit you, whenever I leave this state, whenever I can because of the plague, I will get you mead. I promise.
I'll be waiting.
I'm sure you will. It'll be like the Titanic kazoo theme in the background. Waiting.
Well, that does it for this week's news section.
Yay!
And
God damn it.
Zoms has absolutely no anime news this week.
Which is kind of to be expected because it's end of the year.
Yes.
Wait, actually,
Did he lie to us?
I do have some.
He lied to us.
Well, you can take that apology back now. He lied anyways.
Yeah, you know what? Screw that. No apology.
Lay it on us, Zoms. Give us
Um,
that anime news.
so I just wanted to point out to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
we're going into a new year,
Mm-hmm.
and if you would like to get the inside scoop on anime news just like I do, then you can subscribe to Otaku Magazine. It's Otaku USA Magazine for those here in the US. And you can get it for a whole year at the low price of $19.95.
For an entire year?
Hashtag not sponsored.
That's actually not bad for a year.
It is not bad for a whole year.
Yeah. That's a lot better than most subscriptions, I'm gonna be honest.
It's a bi-monthly magazine, so
Okay.
it skips a month, but
That's
it's
still
still
not
pretty
bad.
good
That's
because
still 6 magazines a year.
it'll cost you 36 bucks to get it at newsstands and stuff. So why not save $16 a year? That's 44% of savings, and you can have it delivered to your door before it even arrives in stores.
Again, hashtag not sponsored. Yet.
There's a yet in there.
I mean,
Beef.
Who knows, man? Really, after this year, who knows?
I would quit my medical job or any job just to work with an anime company. Otaku USA, hire me. Or Crunchyroll, I'd work at Crunchyroll.
Actually, I think Crunchyroll would be your favorite job.
Was that your only anime news, Zombs?
I mean, it is anime news. Give the guy some credit.
Yeah, it is pretty good because I want people to subscribe. But there is talks in the work that some of the anime that I mentioned on my giant list last time is going to be pushed back. We're not
Oh,
sure yet.
it wouldn't surprise me.
I may not be surprised, but I will be surprised because I
Mm.
will be very upset.
I mean, a lot of friends. I'm sorry, a lot of fans will be upset, but I think in order to stay socially distanced, healthy, safe, I would be okay with it. Heck, if they delayed, you know how much I like My Hero and My Life is a Slime. If they delayed either of those, I would be absolutely fine with that as long as they were staying safe. But
Also,
that's just me.
speaking of My Hero, I heard that it's a
Mm.
possibility that the series won't go on as long as what they were originally intending, that it may be cut short.
Well, the first movie was supposed to be how the series ended. But then they realized how much fans loved it, so they continued it, and they did finish their final, like the one big arc lately in the manga. Won't spoil anything, but um, they're coming out with a third movie. So let's see how that ends, because we might be dealing with a very short anime very soon here.
There's lots of anime that I just want to see go on for a very long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted it doesn't have to go as long as One Piece, but if it does, I wouldn't mind, such as Rising of the Shield Hero. I would love to see that. Um, how about Reincarnated as a Slime? Yes, I'd like to see
Oh,
that.
reincarnated. I said my life is a slime. I'm sorry, reincarnated as a slime. Oh, I can't believe I got that wrong.
Overlord. I need more Overlord in my life.
I need to watch that anime thanks to a friend.
Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? I think that anime may be drawing to a close soon.
It
We'll
probably is.
see. It may have one more season, but I would like for it to have like six more.
There'll be a time when anime should just end. I mean, hey, Beastars apparently is ending, so the manga, I should say.
Oh yeah?
Mhm.
Dang, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
uh yeah, just all these anime that are coming out in January. I would like to just seclude myself in my room for the month of January, but we will see.
Yep. We'll see.
All right, then.
Anyway, Broseph, take it away.
Oh no, this isn't just me here. Because now it's time for this week's.
Oh no.
Big topic.
Yeah, I knew this was coming.
That's right, Zoms. Every week we have a big topic to discuss, and this week is no different. But you, dear listener, can join in if you would like to submit your suggestion for a future big topic. Please don't forget to send your suggestion to nerdbreakpodcast@gmail.com. This week's big topic is our list of the top 5 nerdy things that we enjoyed this year. As Moxie has said, this year has been more or less a complete and utter disaster, but through
Yes.
it all, we have still managed to enjoy a lot of nerdy goodness.
Mhm.
And so this week, we present to you, from the bottom to the top, our list of 5 nerdy things that we have each enjoyed this year. Starting off with number 5. Moxie, would you like to kick us off with your number 5 on the list?
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys actually know I play this game. It's Dauntless. Yeah, I play the free to play game. I don't really get into the microtransactions because you know me and microtransactions, I don't really like them. But I actually play with a group of friends out here in North Carolina. And I haven't played for a while due to perhaps a carpal tunnel issue, but I figured out a way to play games around it. So I've gotten back into Dauntless, and let me tell you, the changes they've made to the game. I actually joined back when they first made the game. They have, okay, I'm gonna say it. They've really gone all out with the game, and it's incredibly fun. It was fun before. It's exceptionally fun now, and a lot easier to play.
That's interesting. So, what is the game about? I'm a little confused.
So Dauntless, the only object of the game really, besides of course crafting for better weapons and armor and all that, by picking up pieces fallen from the enemies, the entire premise of it, imagine like Monster Hunter, but that's all it is quick join groups of you going after certain elemental themed monsters, and there's like this progressing stage of difficulty that just gets harder and harder and harder as it goes on, to the point where I've seen some of the enemies that I have not quite gotten to yet, but I've seen some of them that my friends have played, and I don't want to get to that level. I don't, because that looks like the hardest thing, and I am as a um I'm the oh, names escaping me. I do the guns. That is my weapon of choice, guns, because I buff myself up for extra damage. I'm actually pretty good with it too.
That sounds really
Mhm.
interesting.
I used to be good with the chain blades, but carpal tunnel. So guns.
Interesting. I might have to look into that a little.
Yeah, it's kind of a. I mean, Zombs. I know you like Fortnite here, but it's a little more polished than Fortnite. That's all I'm gonna say.
Speaking of Zombs, what is your number 5?
I'm going to say Boruto.
Bruto.
Boruto. I mean, you know what? That's pretty solid.
I I hear a lot of love and hate for this anime, um,
There's always gonna be
but
haters, though.
I am a fan. Uh, I actually don't like the main character Boruto. He's all right to me. I prefer Sarada. I think that she's great.
Who is she specifically? Because I've not actually watched
I
Boruto.
was gonna say neither have I. I've watched
Uh,
Naruto, but
that
not
that's
Boruto.
that's understanding for you, Moxie. Broseph, there
Really?
is no excuse.
Oh, see, I get a free pass. You don't, buddy. Sorry
That
about
is
that.
so
Sucks to
not
be you.
fair.
Sounds like a you problem.
So
Evidently.
Yeah,
Boruto is the child of Naruto and Hinata, and Sarada
that does not
is
surprise
the
me one bit.
child of Sasuke and Sakura.
That does not surprise me one bit.
I actually am a little surprised.
Nope, that explains a lot of fan art I've seen, unfortunately.
Well, that is an interesting choice, and I want to actually go and watch Boruto right now.
You
Not
should.
going
There's
to, but
only 178 episodes currently out.
Oh, please no. No.
yeah, maybe I'll wait a little while.
Mm,
So my number 5 is actually the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
yeah, kind of figured that was going to be on your list. That's not a bad thing,
Ye-
me saying that.
Yeah, it in one way you might consider that number 5 being on the list is like just squeaking onto the list, but Sonic the Hedgehog movie was really it was solid for what it was, and I want to go back and rewatch it. I don't have the time to, but when I get the time, I want to rewatch it, and I'm excited for the sequel. It's really the Sonic the Hedgehog movie was the last good theatrical release that we got this year,
Yeah, just
which is
think about that.
amazing.
Let that settle for a second and let you just kind of realize the gravity of that.
Yeah, and even more so the fact that it could be up for the best picture at the Oscars.
That is
That's
so funny. I hope it wins. Just I want to see the memes of that. Just please let
Yeah,
that happen.
it has to. It has to at this point. But for anyone that has not seen the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, I will say this. It is high time that you need to get up, get moving, go watch it. If you don't feel like putting down full money for it, rent it. It is a good, family friendly, fun, and very passable story. It's not going to blow your mind in any way, shape, or form,
Yeah.
but it is solid. It is in no way, shape, or form a extremely dumbed down version of Sonic. It is a serviceable game or movie, rather. So go watch it.
Yeah. And there's some kind of jokes for the adults as well. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not just purely a kid movie.
Zombs is not liking cats at the moment.
I absolutely think that's adorable. It looks like Crookshanks from Harry Potter. I cannot believe I actually said that reference. My God, that's been so long ago. Yes, everyone, I used to be really into Harry Potter. Yeah, used to, long time ago.
Well,
Was that the cat? Excuse me, Zoms, was that the cat making that noise, or was that you? That
Uh,
was the most cartoonish cat noise I've ever heard.
moving on to our number 4 on the list. Moxie, would you like to give us your number 4?
Yes, the Zoms gets attacked by a cat, apparently. um,
Apparently.
music for me, I mean, that's kind of plain as day. I've gotten back into Behemoth a little bit. Kind of stopped listening to him for a while. Got back into it, and it's just been awesome. Abney Park, as you know, Abney Park, I've also been getting into. Again, the New Year's concert, Indiegogo.com. Check out Abney Park. Um, Also been getting into a weird electro swing. Been listening to Caravan Palace a lot. Um, Getting into the electric swing, which is a little bit different from my rock and metal, but hey, it's great after work.
So,
Oh,
of the groups that you mentioned, would you pick one specific one as your number 4, or are you just saying
I
music in general?
if I had to pick one, I would actually say Abney Park because I've been going to their at home concerts all this year, and it's been a blast. It's actually been very exciting to know that they have a concert coming up, and then us building up to that night, us getting the pizza, the beer, the whatever, the mead, the drinks, actually sitting there for an entire night, into the night, well into the morning. And after they've just stopped playing, us just sitting around on the couch, just drinking, eating, having fun. It, Abney Park is probably one of the bands I wish I had gotten into very, very soon. Um, but of course, I mean, I've still been into music, period. Like I said, Behemoth, getting back into them, introducing more people into music, and got my Funko Pop of Papa 4. Very
Okay.
excited to put that on the shelf right next to Papa 2. Yeah.
Zoms, how about your number 4?
hmm, I'm going to say the video game currently Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, that is just you. That's your theme.
You've been talking that up a lot recently.
Yeah.
Only because it's been recently being played.
If you can find a little enjoyment out of this decrepit year where we found ourselves in, take it.
Yeah, I
Indeed.
it's it's been kind of hard to just pick one thing. So
That's not a new game though either. So the fact that you're playing it and enjoying it this year, that's
I
great.
think what brings it back over and over again is the additional characters that they bring out every so often.
Keeps it fresh.
You've been talking about the characters. Which character do you use the most?
Um, it depends. If I'm the survivor, I like to play Bill because I'm a Left 4 Dead fan. If I'm the killer, which happens a lot, and I like to be Michael Myers.
Okay.
Does not surprise me.
Well, something that might surprise you is my number 4
Mm-hmm.
is the Mega Man ZX and Zero Legacy Collection. I probably reversed those.
Knowing how much of a Mega Man fan you are, that actually does surprise me, but only because I know you personally.
I actually had a hard time picking this number 4 slot. I was between that and Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Sharp FE, that came out also at the beginning of this year. Both of them are really good games.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because I love Mega Man so much, and in particular Mega Man Zero, anyone that plays Mega Man games should definitely play the Mega Man Zero games. They are hard, though. I will warn you, they are very, very hard. So don't go into them lightly. But the fact that we got this collection was a little unexpected for me. So I'm glad that they did it, though.
The series as a whole is kind of challenging.
Some of the games, though, are a lot easier than others.
Mm-hmm.
And like Mega Man 11 actually added in a bunch of different difficulty modes. So if you really want to jump into the series, I would highly recommend Mega Man 11 because there is an easy mode to it.
Yeah.
So, but moving on to number 3, Moxie, would you like to give us your number 3?
Yeah, so as far as it goes, as you know, I play Warcraft, and it's actually not the game that I'm gonna pretty much shout out, but a particular group. And I love these guys. They're like family, and I've been with them since the conception of the guild, which has been a very long time. I'm part of a guild on Wormrest Accord, which is called Soul Tusk. And yes, it is a bunch of trolls, and I've got my blood elf in there. And somehow they've adopted me like family. But I actually am friends with the two guild leaders, um, Manda and Kim. I want to shout out to them because they've made 2020 a lot more tolerable. I also want to shout out to everyone in the guild. There's quite a few that I play with. Um, but all the players, all my friends that I play with on Warcraft, um, shout out to you guys because once again, you've made 2020 a lot more tolerable. Um, just to know I have friends and I can actually be with you guys, and it's a little light in the darkness that we've found ourselves in. And it's not because it gets dark at 3 p.m. because it's freaking wintertime. Not talking about that.
You know, it is great to be able to have friends that you can play video games with,
Yep.
especially Warcraft, all the different guilds that are in there. So
Yep.
thank you for doing that, Moxie. Thank you for
Hey,
giving
you're
that shout
welcome.
out.
Bakari and Jotun, two of my favorite trolls.
Zombs, what's your number 3?
I'm gonna say, um, I kind of figured Moxie was gonna say World of Warcraft,
I'm
so
kind of predictable.
I was like, well, I can share that with her, but I'll add to the list. And I was going to say another game. This game is free to play.
Hmm.
Um, you can pay for uh, other things in the game, such as like for skins. Like everything's strictly cosmetic. Um,
I
but
think I know what game this is.
would be League of Legends.
Yeah. You've been
Not
enjoying
what I
those
was expecting.
no, like I know this zombie. It's why I've been linking the music videos that I have been. Those music videos, Broseph, are from League of Legends.
Oh, good grief.
Yes, now you know why I've been posting them.
So, Zombs, you've been really into League of Legends this year, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Off and on this year, but for the past few months, I've picked it up more and more.
Interesting. I could ask you the same question now as I did before of what character you play as most. I'm scared to.
I play them all actually.
Well, there you go then.
If anybody wants me to play with them, I can play any role, any character, just about. Let's be friends. Let's have Discord conversations while we play, and we're killing the enemy team and chasing down the stragglers in the jungle as they try one last attempt to get away and survive, but we hunt them down while talking about what animes we've been watching.
Somebody
know where to
please play
find
with
us.
the zombie.
You know, I'm actually tempted on actually picking up League of Legends so he's not alone. This sounds so bad.
Or I'll just join Moxie's group
I
while
mean,
we
dude, it's Horde. We do have an Alliance guild as well. That's kind of like an
while
opposite
we
version,
get
but
into the battlegrounds, and we'll
dude,
hunt down the stragglers, the last bit of survivors, run into the jungle while talking
dude,
about what anime we enjoy.
dude, I PvP as an arcane mage. You know that.
Mhm.
We can totally do a few battlegrounds.
Well, running in the theme of friendship and unity here, my number 3 is Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Really?
Yes, because being able to play with both you, Moxie, and with Zombs in this one particular game that really gave a lot of light in this year and really connected all of us was probably one of the biggest highlights of this year. And perhaps I should have ranked it higher on my list, but I put it at number 3 because the best part of that game was being able to enjoy it with both of you.
Yeah. No, I mean that's fair. And there's a lot of things you could have picked from. Having to narrow it down to 5 is kind of a feat, you know? Zoms is so taken aback, he's silent. I know
I
he's
was
loving it
gonna
inside.
say I know that Joseph really enjoys that game, so that's why I said I was gonna wash up on his island, dressed as a pirate.
That's
Oh,
where that came from.
oh, that's
He interacted
sweet.
with Gullivar.
Oh, that's sweet. That's so cute.
And then I'll run around and cause havoc on his
Okay,
island.
actually, I would be in on that.
That's that's atypical though, of both of you. I should have known better. Moving on to number 2 on the list, Moxie, what is your number 2?
So, number 2, again, doing it with my friends. Um, so I've been getting back into Pathfinder and D&D, and I want to shout out to my 2 groups. Um, and thank you for putting up with me, even though I constantly forget the rules. I'm trying to relearn the game. It's been a very long time since I've actually played D&D. But my Pathfinder group, where I am their drunk, lovable, loud, theatrical, scold half orc, love that group. Tuesday night group, love you so much. Also the Sunday bi-weekly group, which I am the Tabaxi Rogue. Again, much love, even though my character is probably going to die in the next campaign or two, because that is Tomb of Annihilation, and if you know D&D at all, that campaign was made to kill people. So, my character, we have already established, will probably be one of the first ones to go. There's actually probably a betting pool going on right now regarding that.
I want in on the bets.
Okay. Well, go ahead and put $50 down on Magic Clover, the rogue who cannot disarm a trap to save his own furry hide. I keep rolling horrible on him. I actually he's already been downed once. He was brought back to life, so well, not really brought back to life. Thankfully, he did a death save. But shout out to those groups. You guys make it worthwhile.
All right. Zoms, how about your number 2?
My number 2 is another uh, anime. I've mentioned it a bit before, but I'm gonna say One Piece.
Should have known better. Should have known better.
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty big. It's been going on a long time. There's a lot of haters out there, but I'm not gonna lie. If there were so many haters, then this game wouldn't, or this anime wouldn't even be around. It's obviously got a big following, a big backing.
I can say I am not one of the haters. I want to watch One Piece. I actually really liked it back at the beginning. I wish I'd kept up with it, but as it goes with so many things in life,
I think if you started now at episode 1 and watched like 3, 4 episodes a day, you could possibly be done in like 5 years.
ye-
He's honestly not lying there.
maybe I'll just pick and choose. Choose to let you tell me about it, Zombs.
Okay.
Well, my number two is not going to surprise anyone, I hope, as it is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition.
Yep, did not surprise me.
It's actually one of the games that I spent the most time with this year, and I am really, really happy that I decided to take the time to
Mm,
push through the game. I bought it back when it was on the Wii, but I did not finish it. And then I bought it again for the 3DS, didn't finish it.
mhm,
So buying it with the Switch and finally finishing it, and also on top of that, completing the extra content that they added to the game
mhm,
is kind of a testament to all the improvements they made to the definitive edition over the other versions of the game. They made a lot of improvements to the extent that I highly recommend this game. If you own a Switch, you like RPGs, you really need to play this game. It's
mhm,
really, really good. It's one of the best, and if this was a different top whatever list, the other game that would probably supplant it would have to be Xenoblade Chronicles 2, just because I love the series that much. All right, it's time, everyone. It's time for our number one nerdy things that we enjoyed this year. Moxie, go ahead and kick us off.
So, this he might surprise you guys. I don't know. But I wanted to be a geologist growing up. Really wanted to be a geologist. Um, I really became obsessed with rocks, minerals, crystals, doesn't matter. Just obsessed with their composition, how they're made. I collect them. Not in the way of like new age people would for healing properties, but I like rocks in general. So I gotten back into finally kind of expanding the collection a little bit. And for Christmas, I had my roommates give me a azurite and malachite matrix, which is absolutely beautiful. If you don't know what a matrix is when it comes to rocks, definitely look that up. It's from Morocco, this particular specimen. Beautiful. Um, and then I just kind of uncovered the I had in a tub, a storage tub, all my rocks and all that. And just kind of going through them again. My shungite, the different courses I have, the different kind of um, got a couple of like actual sediment rock type. But it's just kind of neat just to get back into that. I have to relearn so much, so much. Also,
I am
little,
surprised.
yeah, you are surprised. Yeah, no, I should actually take a picture of my collection at some point. I have quite a bit of collection. Um, I couple of my favorites, chevron amethyst. I have a raw amethyst, which is actually absolutely beautiful. Grape agate. I have some grape agates. Um, Little tiny specimens, but they are what they are. I have angel quartz. Got a couple of howlites. I got some fossils as well. Really big fossils. So yeah, I should take a picture sometime. 'Cause,
Yes, you should. You should,
yeah,
because I like to look at rocks. I have a few myself. I have some quartz crystals here.
yeah.
So I'm curious to see your rocks.
Yeah, yeah, my rocks are big. But I definitely will show you the collection at some point. Take a picture. Maybe make a spread of them somewhere. Take a picture outside. Get all the the rocks that I have. There's a couple like my celestite and angelite that might be I shouldn't really expose those to the light because I like the color they are and I do not want to lose that color.
Hmm,
They
this is
actually lose color in
interesting.
sunlight. Yeah, it's weird.
All right. Zombs, how about your number one?
Actually, this one was a no-brainer. Keanu Reeves.
I knew it. You know what? I'm not even surprised. I'm not even surprised.
Does that count, or should I pick something else?
Zombs,
No,
I'm
that counts.
curious. What
Okay.
about Keanu Reeves?
I mean, besides being the ultimate, like, dad type that would be your best friend and teach you how to ride a bike and murder someone for killing a puppy.
And the fact that you both have facial stylings of the similar nature.
I mean, he kind of does. As long as you kind of do.
Hmm. Interesting.
It's the hair length, I think.
Yes.
It really is, and the scruffiness. He's not
Anyways,
self-conscious about how he looks. You're fine, Zombs. You're fine.
I am not self-conscious. I think I'm a beautiful individual.
Good. You think
Only
that's fair.
self-conscious people say that.
I
I
mean, I
can
know I'm butt ugly,
self-conscious
but
my
that's
foot in
specific.
your.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm a big fan of anime, and I couldn't pick just one between Konosuba, or Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, or Rent a Girlfriend, or
I'm noticing a
my
theme with
all-time
these.
favorite, Rising of the Shield Hero. I just couldn't contain it, and I need more in my life. How about
So
waifus? There's so many.
Oh, I knew that was going to be the last one for the night.
so instead of picking a waifu or an anime, you picked Keanu Reeves.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? No, that fits.
You know what? It's official. He's getting tagged in on this podcast.
No.
He's getting tagged. Keanu
No.
Reeves is being tagged for this
Oh, this is
podcast.
going to be
Was the
awful.
name Keanu Reeves mentioned at least 10 times in this podcast?
You know what? I've
There's
honestly
only
lost
Yes.
one way to
count.
find out. For
No,
you listeners, you
you
have
I
to
was
go
keeping
through,
track. I was keeping
and
track.
the listeners have to go through and give fan mail
Oh,
and give us the correct number. And if you're right, you will receive a prize.
Please note that Nerdbreak has no prizes currently in store to be doled out. We may potentially do such promotions at a future point in time. And if this sounds anything like quick lawyer speech, that's because I'm doing this on the fly just to protect my own backside.
man, this is falling apart. Just like this year.
Well, I'm going to bring us all back together with my number one, which is Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Out of all the games that I played this year, Final Fantasy VII Remake is the one that I think everyone should play. If you have a PS4 and you have not played this game, if you somehow managed to get a PS5 and you have not played this game, if you like Final Fantasy, if you like Final Fantasy VII, if you like video games in general, if you like stories in video games, Final Fantasy VII, despite the fact that it takes the smallest sliver of the original game and expands it beyond proportion, it is phenomenal. I cannot imagine not having played this game given the fact that I did, and even the fact that I didn't even pre-order it and that I got it after the fact, after it released. I'm glad that I played this game. The story is great. The controls are tight. The gameplay is amazing. The characters are awesome. There is so much amazingness in this one game that of all the games that I've played this year, this is one that I would play again and again just because I enjoyed it that much.
I can see that.
Well, I think that does it for this week's big topic.
I like Final Fantasy.
I do too.
Now he says it.
Yeah, we had to wait. It was a appropriate moment.
You know, but Yuffie isn't in the latest one as a playable character.
No, she's not, but I am looking forward to what they do with sequels to this game, so I can look forward, and you can too, to her being in a future installment, Zombs. But first, you gotta play this game, buddy.
Okay.
And I gotta get this cat out of my arms.
Make sure you warm up the hot cocoa, 'cause I'll be right there. And
Oh,
have
that
a
sounds good.
cheeseburger. I need to eat a cheeseburger.
That sounds good too.
I can supply both, I think.
Okay. Then I'll see you in a bit.
Okay,
He's
he's taking
actually
the.
coming this way.
Yeah, he's leaving.
That is going to be a long walk.
No, he's taking the red eye, probably.
He actually left.
Yeah, he actually left. So
All right, well, let's just finish up this podcast while he's gone, I
I
guess.
am, or if we could talk about him behind his back, but that wouldn't be very bro like to do, huh, Broseph? Did I
Yeah,
make a pun of your
no.
nickname? Yes. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, he came back.
Great. We didn't get rid of him.
Maybe next time.
I
Maybe next
forgot
time.
my cellular device.
And
Oh,
there he
well,
goes
there you
again.
go.
Well, Broseph, why don't you end it out? Because I can't, because I have a cat in my arms.
Right. That does it for this week's podcast. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching, listening, the whole 9 yards.
You know.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, and don't forget, if you'd like to leave a comment. But more importantly, please send us your listener mail. Send it to nerdbreakpodcast@gmail.com. You can ask us anything, suggest anything, and we may even read it in a future podcast. With that out of the way, though, and on behalf of myself, Zombs,
Toodaloo.
and Moxie,
I'm dead inside. 2020's almost over. Oh.
we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
So, for anybody who was curious, accordingly, first Sunday of August was declared as a holiday in the U.S. in honor of Friends by a proclamation made by